Bulma is the best yellow coin LR in the game, hands down. But is she worth your summons? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we had a surprise data download with the Bulma coming out much sooner than expected. She is dropping tonight, May 14th at 10 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. Now, I do not have enough time to do a time zone video on this one because of the turnaround, so just take a look here at the Dokkan wiki, thanks to Thieving6. Head on over, I'll link it in the description, and when you open up, it'll tell you exactly when Bulma is dropping on your specific time zone. But for this video, we're going to take a look at whether or not you should summon for the new LR Bulma, the Part 2 LR for this year's Golden Week celebration. As always, we have three major factors we look at. One, we take a look at the unit itself, whether or not that unit constitutes a summon if they carry the banner. We'll take a look at the rest of the banner. Now, as of right now, we don't know who's going to be on the banner, but we can make a pretty good guesstimate, and overall, I don't think this consideration will weigh too much on whether or not you should or should not summon, given a few changes that have come since then. Also, our final consideration is what lies ahead. We need to look at what other banners are coming up between now and July, and so we know whether or not choosing to summon here is worth it or not. So let's go ahead, let's hop on over to Twitter since we have the main info over there. So first consideration, whether or not the unit is worth the summon. Remember that she is a yellow coin LR, so she is Dragon Ball Seekers or DB Saga category, key for HP attack and defense 150%. She has an entrance animation that she activates once only. She gets key 3 and guards all attacks for 7 turns from the start of turn. She has key 4 and attack and defense 177%, and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, STR excluded, to rainbow key spheres. She also reduces damage received by 7% at the start of each turn, up to 77%. Plus an additional attack and defense 17% per key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack 77% with 3 or more key spheres obtained. All allies key 3, attack defense 37%, self-excluded for 2 turns with 5 or more key spheres obtained. She launches an additional super attack with 7 or more key spheres obtained. So all in all, she's pretty amazing. I think it's still up in the air whether or not, because I'm interpreting her passive to work like Golden Freezes, as are a few others, the way it's worded, because it begins with the negative 7%. However, many are saying that it's actually a build-up up to 77%, so she's getting 7% each turn. It just seems a little strange that they would begin with a 7%. Normally it would say, like, reduce damage received by 7% and adding on. It just... We'll have to see in-game, now that the data download is here, how it actually works, and we'll probably be able to test it out. She also has an active skill here, which can be activated from the 7th turn from the start of battle. It changes all key spheres to STR key spheres, and all allies attack and defense 17%, and attacks effective against all types for 1 turn. So she is the most insane support unit we've ever had. She is really good, and she works on a lot of good teams, right? She's on Power of Wishes, she's on DB Saga, Earth Red Fighters, which is probably arguably one of the best teams in the game now with the World Tournament Goku. So to be completely honest, the unit itself does carry the banner. It doesn't matter what else is on the banner because she's that good. She is that good. So I'm going to go ahead and give 1 in the category of should you summon for the unit. The unit is that good. Now, let's go ahead and make a look at the prediction for who's going to be on the banner. So we do have, if I can find it here, since the release of the LR Super Buu, we have a new format of yellow coin LR banners, right? So instead of the previous 10, right, which was already improvement over the previous 12, we now have 3 featured LRs on a 7-unit banner, making these banners much more enticing than they had previously been, right? So, as an example, the LR Super Buu, which was the last yellow coin LR in JP Dokkan, we got 3 LRs, Buu, Janemba, and 17, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 banner units. Now, 2 of the banner units were expecting an EZA, right? They had received a sub EZA during the celebration. So given that, we can kind of figure out who's going to be on Bulma's banner here. So we'll have Bulma here. More than likely, the next LR to be on the banner, if we go by her leader skill, probably going to be the GT Trio and Krillin and Gohan. Both are on Dragon Ball Seekers. There are no DB Saga for her other leader skill LRs that could go on here. If not them, I had mentioned in my previous video that there's also the possibility of Great 8 Vegeta or Int Exchange Vegeta here, as they are both on Dragon Ball Seekers as well. Now, hard to say whether or not they'd actually go for that, but I would wager a guess being that, you know, you'd mainly want to run her on an Earthbred Fighters team. We're probably going to see these two more than likely anyways, but we'll have to see. Either way, I don't think it matters in the grand scheme of things, right? When we look at who else's possibility to be on the banner, now we don't know anything about sub EZAs just yet, but there is a good chance that this guy and this guy could receive a sub EZA and thereby finding themselves on the banner. But we'll have to see. We don't know anything yet about those, but there's a good chance there isn't much in the way that they could put in terms of Dragon Ball Seekers. Like if we just open up this category here real quick, 4 characters on the category who could possibly be, let's see. Alright, so non-LR characters, this Trunks could be on there, right? This Trunks, they're all mostly GT, right? They could put Trunks and Gyro. Actually, that would be really enticing if they put Trunks and Gyro. He's a good banner unit. Putting them on the banner would definitely increase the value a lot. Otherwise, I mean, that's pretty much it. Maybe this Youth Bulma. Actually, I could totally see her being on there, and maybe the Kid Goku. But otherwise, let's look on the extreme side here. No, there's not really much. I mean, if they go the Vegeta route, we could see him on there as well. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. That's all that they could possibly put on the banner. So, to be honest, even though it is a 7-unit banner, the banner itself's not going to be the greatest. So I'm not necessarily going to give a recommendation on the banner. I don't think there'll be anything too outstanding, even if they do put that Trunks and Giru on the banner. So that's 1 in the category for the unit itself, and none in the category for the banner. So the next thing we have to look at is what lies ahead, right? So first and foremost, the next Dokkan Fest coming after this celebration is the Super 17 banner. So any stones you spent are stones less spent on the Super 17 banner. Now, I know a lot of people, they have their misgivings about this card, but they are a good card, and the introduction of this burst mode kind of will see a rise in their value, although a bit late for global, right? That said, I mean, some people were looking forward for a chance to re-pick up Pan or the Tech Androids or 17 themselves, so any stone spent on Bulma is 1 stone spent less on them. And I mean, if I'm being completely honest, you're probably better off spending it on Bulma anyway, so there is that. Then, more than likely following him, we'll have this Yellow Coin LR banner. The Super Boo banner. This is typically the last Yellow Coin LR right before the anniversary, and it's usually met with a couple of discounts. So at that point, this banner is probably not going to be that enticing for you, given that it's right before the anniversary. So, definitely going to recommend skipping on that one. But where you're going to really be looking forward to, we are 2 months out, guys. We are waiting on these banners right here, the best banners in Dokkan history, right? We got the GT duo here, who is arguably #1 LR, tied up there with Orange Piccolo, right? We've got the Gamma 2, we've got the GT duo here, the Super Saiyan 4s. This guy's getting an EZA, and he is phenomenal. On the other end, we have Gamma 1, STR Cooler, and then the Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, who are amazing, along with 7-year LRs and this guy who's also getting an EZA. So any stone spent on this banner, no matter how good Bulma is a stone wasted away from this banner. So I would have to say, knowing what lies ahead, I can't give it my recommendation, guys. We are too close to the finish line. And they always do this. They pull something like this. It was the same with Goku and Gohan last year. For the time of their release, they were arguably the best yellow coin LR in the game, only to then be surpassed, of course, by Goku Piccolo. But still, they're trying to trap us. And I have to say, just wait it out, guys. And here's why. Worldwide Celebration is 2 months after this banner, right? The anniversary will feed you more than 1,500 Dragon Stones, and given that, this Bulma, where is she? Right here, is more than likely to return on the Worldwide Celebration Carnival banners in the Part 2 of the celebration, just like Goku and Gohan did. So my best recommendation is to just hold off and wait till then when you can pick them up on that Carnival banner with a bunch of other featured LRs. That's going to be my biggest recommendation for you, to be completely honest. I can't give this is one of the few times where I will not tier my recommendation given that, because we have a no for what lies ahead. We have a no for the banner. Our only yes is for the unit itself. So I have to say, guys, this one's a big old fat no-go, given how close we are to the anniversary. Now, with that said, last year's Yellow Coin banner for Part 2 did include tickets on Global. So if you are on Global, there's a good chance, if you're a pay-to-play, low-to-play player, you could pick up some tickets and possibly pick up the Bulma that way. Now, it's unsure at this time if it's a guaranteed featured tickets. In fact, at the time of me recording, we don't even know if we're going to have the tickets. But if we do, my recommendation for pay-to-play, low-to-play players, pick up the tickets, summon with your tickets. If you get Bulma, great. If not, just hold steady until the anniversary. That's going to be my best recommendation for you guys. So anyways, guys, that is the video. That is my recommendation for whether or not you should summon for the new LR Bulma. She's busted, but guys, we are too close to that finish line, so you guys hopefully can hold strong for just 2 more months. So if you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, will you summon for Bulma? Are you picking up tickets, or are you holding, hoping that she comes back in Worldwide? Let me know in the comments down below. And you know what? While we're at it, give me a quick stone check. How did Golden Week treat you guys as we lead into Part 2? Would love to see in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.